You never know what you'll find in the universe of my mind.
Okay, so I just completed this journal today. I just finished adding all this yarn. I don't know why I decided I wanted to do it, but I'm glad I did do it because I love the way it looks. And I was going to trim it. I was going to make it a lot shorter and I was going to make it kind of even. But I love the look of it the way it is. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it all uneven and long and short and some short bits and long bits. Anyway, I just love the way it looks. So I'm going to leave it exactly as is. So all I did is I just tied some strands to the spiral part. And this is a wall sticker that came from Dollar Tree. I've had it for a long time in my stash and I finally used it. And it was a little bit too big to completely fit, so I put the rest of it on the inside. And I didn't want to mess up the image, so I just put a little thing here that says Art Journal. See inside cover for details. And then I did this for the information. So that says believe in the magic. And there's a Pegasus sticker. Those are both stickers. And then there's he's a drop-in because I saw him. He's a tiny little robot. I saw him in a drop of water, and so when I showed Franklin and told him where I saw him, he said, "Oh, so that means he's a drop-in instead of a show-up." So, and I liked it, so I decided that was true. And then I liked that you could see the entire image on the packaging, and so yeah, I just decided to keep the packaging just to have something on the flap, and then some stickers. I started this journal on March 13th and I completed it today, which is April 21st. So that's the fastest, I think, that I've ever filled up a journal. But I think it helps that I went back to putting everything in one journal as opposed to having a separate journal for the show-ups and drop-ins and, you know, another one for this or that and the other thing or whatever. It's all in the same one now. And I just work better that way, I think. I just prefer it. And yeah, it filled up faster because of it, I think. At least one of the reasons. And then this robot is inspired by Franklin. His are so adorable. He's been doing the 100 Days project. He's been doing a robot a day. He's past the halfway mark. I'm not sure which day today is. But anyway, he's really been keeping up with it and he's doing a great job, and his robots are just awesome. Anyway, but he's just been doing it for himself. He hasn't really been sharing them, only with a couple people, me and a couple others. And he doesn't share them all, he just shares a few. Anyway, I couldn't help it. I just had to do this guy that's inspired by him for my first page in this journal. And so there he is. And then I just felt like doing an abstract, so I did. I was visiting with my sister Lynn via Messenger video chat, and so I just did an abstract. Can you tell? Can you see the And then my other sister joined us for a little while after we had started. And in that abstract I saw a few show-ups, so I did them. So there's one there that I don't think I put together yet. Maybe I did, I'm not sure. I mean that I don't think I drew him except for that little thing. But then there's her, and she'll show up. You'll see her later. And then these guys. And yeah, there she is. So I thought I might give her a dress, but then I thought she might have more than one set of limbs, but in the end I decided to just do her like that. And then she has a buddy up there. And she was also in that abstract that I just showed you. This kind of reminds me of Natasha from Treasure Books here on YouTube. Her thumbnail just kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And then another show up. This was I saw this in a sunspot shadow. Oh, I guess I don't need to lift it up for this one. Another show up from that abstract again. Whoops. This one was popular. I shared it on Facebook and a lot of people really liked this one. Another one. Oh, he was in the water container that I put water in here for watercolor and other such water soluble art things, and he was in there when I was working on something, so I did him up. If I took a picture, I don't know if I did or not. If I did and I can find it, I will show you the photo. And then in that same thing I saw him, but I saw her too. And then she has a buddy. And then this was inspired by what my sister something my sister did, and I did this on a video, so I'll have a link. And then I guess it was St. Patrick's Day, and this was also that same. I don't know if I did this one on video, but this was also inspired by my sister is what I'm trying to say. Sheesh. Then I just was doing something for St. Patrick's Day. Right, when I did When I did this one's eyes, the color was almond. And these are done with Crayola crayons, by the way. I really liked that color for eyes, and then I liked having different and unusual eye colors, and I was kind of experimenting with color combos and things. And then, and yeah, her headpiece thing is, they're stickers. And then that sticker inspired this. The sticker is gorgeous. My drawing is okay, I guess. Bunny, carrot, fish. Sometimes I list the things that the show-ups seem to have a combination of, This was, I saw this show up in some snow that was in the driveway. This show up was, oh, he was in the backyard tree. Oh, and he's got a buddy on his nose, or what's that called? Beak? These, wait, did I? Okay, that was just one page. So, Sketchbook Revival. I didn't do very many of the sessions this time, but I did do a few, or my version, or was inspired by, but did my own thing. So, this lesson was, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Koosje, something like that. Anyway, she had a reference photo of some pears, 3 pears. I mean, they were green, but and then she also had a reference photo of some oranges. And so I kind of combined the 2 fruit, and when I saw the pears, the first thing that I saw was these critters, and I wanted my critters not to be green because, as you know, if you know me, I don't like green. So I went with a yellow pear instead, and orange because of the oranges, but I mean, they're furry. They're, yeah, some fruit inspired some critters. And then this one looked like he was visiting or chatting or looking at something, so I gave him a buddy that I just kind of invented. Okay, this is also a video, so I will have a link. And I think in that video I said that I probably would make some more show-ups and put them on these, but I decided not to because, well, mostly because I'm lazy, I guess. But also because I would have to be too careful, and I'd have to make them like small, and couldn't really put them where I would want to because I wouldn't want them to show through this. But so anyway, it's a little bit interactive, but so it's a multi-layer spread. But yeah, this is a video. And I could you know, do something on that side or whatever, but I've decided that I am done with that and I don't really want to do more. So this was inspired by Helen Wells' session in Sketchbook Revival 2023, and yeah, this was fun. This was a fun session. Pretty sure I mostly did my own thing, but and so yeah, I saw it show up and brought him out, and then this same show up inspired these, then yeah, so I saw all of these in that abstract, as well as this one. This is just an old piece of scrap paper from a course I was taking on retail. And then these, yeah, these are some of the ones from there. Yeah, these are some of the ones from this page. Anyway, just some critters. Oh yeah, then there was more. There was a lot in that same thing, so yeah, in that abstract from before, and so I did a bunch of them. This I saw in Helen Wells' journal when she was doing her session. Or is that what I did? Yeah, this guy was inspired by something I saw in one of her journals. But this guy I saw in our floor upstairs is little wood tiles, and saw this in one of the pieces of wood. I was very inspired. Something I saw in, is this Helen still? Yes. Okay. So yeah, I was very inspired by something I saw in Helen Wells's art journal. She did some flip throughs, and during Sketchbook Revival, and yeah, I just really loved what I saw, and I did my own version, and I saw a critter in her thing, a friendly alien critter, and another one. You can't really see this one because he's in pencil. And then I did some more that whole thing inspired. And some of my pencil shavings, because I think they're really pretty. Just a bunch of friendly alien critter show-ups, and this abstract, and a show-up in the abstract. And there's Irene Ruby's Sketchbook Revival session. Tamara Laporte's Sketchbook Revival session. I kind of messed him up, but I still kind of like him. Oh, okay, so if I have the photo, I will share it if I can find it. In the kitchen, there's some stuff on the counter, and there's pot holders and things like that. And from the angle I happened to look at them, inspired this abstract. Critter with 3 legs. It just kind of came into my head out of the blue. I considered giving him, I kind of designed him, just the idea of having 3 legs and 2 tails came to mind, and then I went from there. I originally thought I might give him some antlers, but then I decided not to. A valentine that I found during a walk, and I just put it in there just because. And this, I woke up with this robot in my head, and he's also inspired, I'm sure, by Franklin and his robots. I had a really hard time doing the perspective that I was trying to do. I didn't really achieve it quite right, but I love the little sketch I did of him. And then I tried, and this one failed, so I didn't finish it, but I wanted to keep it anyway. And then I tried again, and I'm still not 100% happy with this one, but it's good enough. Then during that same walk that I found the valentine in, I found this butterfly wing, and it's plastic, but I only found the one wing, so I made another one out of I think I used a piece of tracing paper actually to make another wing for my fairy. And then these flowers are punches. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the battery dying. I kind of cheated for this drawing because I I traced this magazine image, but then I altered it a little bit. But yeah, so there you go. Oh, and on a recent walk, I found the other wing, and this one's in better condition than that one was. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this one yet, but I'll probably do something similar. We'll see. Oh, and I was going to do... Okay, I don't remember whose session it was, but I was going to do somebody's Sketchbook Revival session, and so I cut her out to do it, and then I saw the critter in this part of her dress, so I did the critter instead of the session. And this is a magazine image from Elle magazine, if you're curious. And then I turned 50, so I had blown up some balloons. I'll share some photos, and then I put them in here. And then I just did a random page of some of the things I like, some of my stickers, and an old nostalgic label that Franklin had made for me many years ago. And so yeah, just some of my balloons that I was going to blow them up, but they were too old, so they wouldn't blow up at all. And some stickers, even though there's some green, I still like this set of stickers. They're pretty. I do wish the butterfly was a different color, but it's okay. I still like them. And yeah, I didn't think that I would need the balloons again, so I just deflated them. And the balloons came from Dollar Tree, by the way. And then I did that too, and I put a couple of the birthday cards that I received, and some more balloons. These balloons I did blow up, but they didn't last long. They burst. And then this beautiful card my friend and neighbor Marlene gave to me. I just stuck some stuff in there. So yeah, that was my birthday spread. This was inspired by something in Art Journaling magazine. It was volume 15, issue 1. So January, February, March 2023 issue. And it was on page 43. In case you have the magazine and want to check it out. And I did this with pieces that came from creating this page. Anyway, yeah, that's where the inspiration came from. The one in the magazine is gorgeous. Mine is, it's okay. But this is a piece of metal, rusted metal that I found during one of my walks. These are some old things that I found during one of my puttering, decluttering sessions. These were just some memories that will mean nothing to you, but they're from one of our anniversary celebrations some years back, and so yeah, I wanted to keep them. And then I did some more stuff that the previous page inspired. Just some abstracts, and I just did a bunch of these things that original inspired. Just some simple abstracts. These are stickers. Probably can't really see this one. It's raining, by the way, so that's part of the reason why we have some bad lighting today, but lighting is always an issue. This was inspired, those are inspired by Brandon Dean Johnson's Sketchbook Revival session, and then this was inspired by something I saw on Karen Abend's wall behind her when she was hosting the Sketchbook Revival event. The thing on her wall was a lot different, but it inspired it. This was Julie Fei-Fan Balzer's session, or at least inspired by it. Grid collage, and I actually kind of like how this one turned out. And then the last journal that I did a similar collage with some of the leftover papers from doing this. I did that on the cover of the last journal I flipped through. And then we had stepped out to do some errands, and we saw these adorable geese, and they were just nonchalantly walking on the sidewalk where they were supposed to. And I didn't get a photo of them, but I couldn't get the image of them out of my head, so yeah, I came back and did this in my art journal to remember them by. It says, I wish I could print the photo. This was in the sky. The clouds and the sun were doing just some really cool things, and it was beautiful. And then I saw a critter, and I was not able to do a good job of putting it on paper, but this is a little bit closer, but still not exactly. And I can't print the photo, but I can show you the photo if I can find it during editing. During one of my puttering sessions, I found a printout from something from James Burke. The dress is traced and then slightly altered. I traced it from a Barbie coloring book, an old coloring book, and I first I was going to use this scrapbook paper dress that I made for her, but I didn't like it as much, and so then yeah, I ended up doing this with it. And then the star was also in, I found it in my potterings. And I just put it there. Then it was Easter time, Easter weekend. And I have some stickers. And so yeah, I did an egg. And then found an old scratch board thing that I had done, and this paper is just so that the egg has a nice backing. It's just an abstract that I all I did was do some lines, and then I saw her in it, and I did that. Yeah, it was gonna be different when I started it, but then I saw her and I couldn't unsee her, so there you go. These guys showed up in some water that was on the vanity. Floor tile. So I recently found this neon colored pencil in my stash, and I've really been enjoying using it. It's like one of my favorite pencils, and so as you can see, it's already gone down pretty low, and I don't think I have a replacement for it, so oh well, I'll enjoy it while I can. But yeah, I've really been liking it for some reason. These were inspired by, or these were drop-ins too, I guess, because they were on water, they were in water drops on the backsplash in the kitchen. And the tripod's in the way, but this guy can also get taller or shorter so that he can feed the young ones and reach the grub, leafy berries. And then I just do that to this one kind of closes on its own, but or folds, I should say. And then the bleed through, I just kind of traced around them, sort of like the reverse coloring thing, but I didn't really do a lot of detail, didn't do shading or anything. I just traced around them and gave them eyeballs and mouths mostly. And use a floor tile, I think. Nope. He was in some water at the kitchen sink, and his buddy I just kind of made up because he needed somebody to look at. So during one of our recent walks, I found this dollar bill. It was rolled up. It's an American dollar bill. I'm in Canada. But yeah, that's kind of neat. So I just put it in here because probably not going to use it, and it's kind of wrinkled and stuff. Anyway, the camera that is filming this flip through, while I was trying to film something else. Anyway, I was filming something and waiting for the action to happen, and the camera's screen, I saw her. And her wings are made from wax paper. So she's kind of like a cross between a butterfly and a dragonfly and a fairy. And yeah, you can kind of see she's made with a metallic gel pen, the blue parts. And I'll show you right there, because her head has some details. I don't think you can see it, but anyway. And saw this in that same, at that same time, when I was trying to film, and so yeah, saw that dude in the tree through the camera. And then saw these guys in the tree as well. I mean, I saw them in the trees through the camera, but they were also inspired by Franklin's robots. And there's the dove there too. That kind of looks like a robot too. It's just some foil tape. So this spread looks kind of wintry and Valentine's-y, but I did it the other day in April 15th to be exact, on a Saturday. But I've been seeing on Instagram, and I can't remember her name, so I can't link. I don't even know how to link from Instagram. I don't understand Instagram. Anyway, I've seen this kind of thing done before, but recently I've seen some really beautiful pieces of art done on Instagram, and I used, theirs was a drawing, I'm pretty sure, but I used these old fashion plates to make mine. Mostly just because I wanted to try something. I wanted to get to the part where I used washi tape to make their clothes with. Also because I want to use my stuff. Anyway, so I used the fashion plates and then kind of altered some of their hair a little bit, and yeah, the bits are washi tape. And then this one, I loved how it looked so much that I did a whole page of it. And then I stuck a quote: "Our fears must never hold us back from pursuing our hopes." And then another of the scratch card thingies that I found recently that I had done. Wow, I did that in 2011. That's a little while ago. And then just a whole pile of stickers on the journaling end. Yeah, washi tape. And colored pencil ombre effect background. Just so pretty. And then this show up was in a floor tile. And that's scrapbooking paper. And then this show up was also in a floor tile. And she is saying, see you next time. Or in the next journal. So that's it for this journal.